Hey, let it be known, I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home.
All right, guys, quick video today. I got a request to do a shop tour, so we're gonna start right now. We got our, I think it's either a 2020 or a 2021 John Deere Gator. This thing is the best thing I've ever had. It does everything I need it to. I use it for hunting, I use it around the property, it has a dump bed on it, I use it for picking up logs. The best thing ever. It goes anywhere you need it to, other than it being kind of slow. I wish it was a little bit faster. If you don't get your vehicles in camo, I highly advise it, because when you buy your stuff, it's just like all black or any other color, it gets scratched up like crazy. So I say get camo, because you can see here even, it gets scratched up real bad in the black, but you get camo and no problems. Up next, we got the 2008 Arctic Cat. Thing is also a big hoss, and I use this every single year. We use it for our snow videos. I use it for wheelies, because why not wheelie a 400cc Arctic Cat, even though it's not a lot of power, but it's kind of big. It's a big hoss. I don't recommend getting this for if you want something like super fun to play with, because it's big, pause. It's just a lot, you know, it's just too much. It's too much, too big. If you want something, no clutch, this doesn't have any shifting gears, just automatic, you just press the throttle and you keep going. Up next, this is my 2024 Seadoo RXPX 325. By 325, I mean 325 horsepower. This thing is like actually insane. To be fair, like it's probably more than what any human needs for a watercraft. It does 0 to 60 in probably 2.5 seconds, which is like absurd, because most people's cars, like, what you drive the Honda, right?
Oh yeah.
How much horsepower does that have?
210.
210. All right. This has way more horsepower in 3 cylinders. It was over 100 horsepower as a cylinder, which is insane work. If I had someone sitting right here and I wanted to, I could have them off in 3 seconds, I guarantee it. Whether they're holding on to me or holding on to these handlebars here. This, I call this one the, we'll say the old crap handle, but you gotta hold on to that one tight, because you're probably gonna fly off the bat. This thing is like probably one of the best things I've ever purchased, even though I'm probably gonna sell it in the spring, simply because I wanna get a wake boat, and I can't really justify having both because I'm only one guy, and having a wake boat, I can take more people on. This, you can only take one person. Up next, this is my Honda ATC 200X. This thing is awesome. Do I recommend 3-wheelers to anybody? Probably not. If you're a newbie rider, you are gonna hurt yourself. I feel like that's just typical 3-wheeler action. This thing was an absolute piece of junk when I got it. Here's the fender, the front fender that was on it. This is an aftermarket fender, and it still looks like crud. The guy I got it from spray painted it black. Do I know why? No.
Cheeto.
It's super Cheeto. But spray painted the front fender black, the rear fender black, which I threw away. That thing was like falling apart. It was cracked in a million pieces. The seat was torn. The tank was rusted. The tank had holes all through it. I had to line the inside of the tank because it didn't even hold fuel. There is motor mounts here, this is not the OEM motor. That one's coming. That one's currently being rebuilt. This was just a China motor that came with the bike. The kid, I got it off of welded motor mounts to the frame, so I had to angle grind them off and put actual motor mounts on it. This thing was spray painted. The entire triple tree was covered in blue spray paint. And this thing comes red, and he made it blue. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Can't make it up.
Anyways, brand new plastics, brand new custom graphics kit, brand new seat cover. I sprayed, clear coated all the foot pegs, sprayed, clear coated my front headlight, new fork boots. Just about everything is new on this bike. And the thing that took the longest was the tank. Took forever to sand down. Paint that was from 1985. It's been baked in the sun for so many years. Took forever to get that off, but finally it came out great. Used an automotive clear coat. This thing's awesome. This is like my favorite. This is my baby. I don't ever want to get rid of it. And eventually when I put the OEM motor back in, it's gonna get a full respray on the frame, probably powder coat, and the motor will be painted too. Next thing up is the baddest girl right here. 1981 ATC 110. This right here probably is the best bang for the buck I've ever spent. $600, and all day long, these go for $1,200 to $2,000, depending on the condition. This condition, probably $1,500 to $1,700. They are so expensive. expensive. $1,700 to some people is not that expensive, but to me, it's like a lot. This thing is awesome. It's a wheelie machine. You can do donuts with this thing. It is the world's best machine from 1981. Leaks the smallest amount of oil, but it never blows up. I never do oil changes, and it just keeps on chugging like it has no problem at all. So when I first picked this thing up, I went to the guy's place. It was like 2.5 hours away. I actually drove like a fair amount, and he had it listed for $1,000. I was like, oh, I need to get that now. Well, he sent me a video, and it was running like terrible. And I'm not gonna lie, it did take me a while to get it running correctly to diagnose problems, but hey, most money I spent on this was $50. And I got this thing for 600 bucks. Because when I got there, it was not running right, when in reality, you just got carb tuning problems, and that solves every single issue, which is pretty much almost every bike on Marketplace that doesn't run right. It's pretty much just a carb, or hopefully your worst nightmare is electrical. This is probably my most ridden thing in here. I use this thing all the time, and Derek loves riding it too. All right, last of the off-road toys. This is my brand new Coleman mini bike, E200R. The most fun I've ever had on a vehicle ever. I bought this one, Derek bought one, my buddy Garrett bought one. These things have gotten so much use. Spent $790 out the door. Derek spent $400 and Garrett spent $450. And those were used on Marketplace, and they're like brand new. Wheelie them, you can jump them, you can ride them anywhere you want, and they just keep on chugging along. The only thing we did, I put a aftermarket Nibby carburetor on this thing, and it actually made it like amazing. Runs so well, it's so much faster, so much more responsive, because from the factory, they're actually kind of buns. This thing, I've never had a bigger smile on my face other than when riding this. Because you get some of your buddies, they're stupid cheap. Smiles per the dollar is the greatest thing you could have possibly ever bought. The only thing I will advise is reinforce your foot pegs. In the first 5 minutes between Garrett and I jumping, we both broke ours off. Reinforce those right away. Last but not least, this is my pride and joy. This is my baby. My 2020 Camaro SS 1LE.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but I like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche.
Rally green metallic. It is a super rare color. In 2020, they stopped production because of, COVID, classic. And when they stopped production, well, that means they were only supposed to make this color in 2020. Well, when they stopped production, it's accidentally limited. So this is one of the most rare colors you can buy in a Camaro. It is my favorite color. It is dark green, even though a lot of people are like, oh, I thought your car was black. No, it's dark green. Makes around 500 horsepower, almost full bolt-on tuned. A single boogie, even though 500 horsepower in today's day and age is not very much horsepower, but because you can buy cars off the lot that make up almost 1,000, which is absurd. Spent about 17 hours, I think it was, to install a Starlight headliner. That was super cool. If I advise you to ever get one of those, I would say spend your money and have somebody install it for you, because it was terrible. It was like the worst install ever. Full catback exhaust. I have an MBRP catback exhaust. This exhaust is probably the best bang for your buck. I think it was around $1,300, $1,400, somewhere in there, versus Borla, Corsa. They're like anywhere from $2,200 to $3,000. Now I don't have the valves anymore. I used to have the valves, but other than the valves, it is the best exhaust I've ever had. It sounds great. Burbles, amazing. Doesn't burn at all. I have a aftermarket carbon fiber hood on this. This is Anderson composite. This one felt like it broke the bank when I bought it, but shout out for my really good tax return, because I had a good tax return that year and I put it all on buying a carbon hood. You can see right up here, this is my old hood. This thing is awesome. Like, it's full carbon the whole way through, top and bottom. Probably my favorite aesthetic purchase for this thing, other than the wicker bill in the back. I got the Eibach lowering springs, which does like about 1.5 inches. It rides great still, doesn't squeak at all. I got no problems with it. But as I said before, car's dirty from my Halloween party, sat outside, which you're gonna see at the end of this video. Like and subscribe, and hope you have fun watching. Halloween party 2025, as promised. I got a bunch of people in there right now, having a good time. Why don't we come check it out?
Okay, let it be known, I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold. Unlocking the door with the holy key. You supposed to be this close to me, and hopefully you understand G.O.D. Maybe this cold and I'm talking like no degrees. This ain't a fluke, I seen it way before it ever happened. It gave me the view. I had to to put in my time with the TV, ain't coming in soon. I couldn't leave it all up to a variant or an experience. You gotta get up and do what it do. So complicated, homie, it's you. Always gonna wait until you in the mood. I've been running, came out gunning, stop and fighting on your word. It's what you hear, not what you heard. I'ma hate on every verb. I'ma show you what it's worth.